Hey, and welcome to my week 24 wrap up. It's Wednesday, so I'm actually busy tomorrow, so I thought I'd do an early little vlog. So week 24 has been just fine. I think the only changes is that I'm more in my head wanting to really crunch down and make some decisions about which systems furniture wise are going to work best for us. I think it's definitely going to be a main crib in our second room, which will turn into a nursery, and then a simple bassinet by our bed for the initial kind of transition from hospital to cot. So hopefully we'll check out a whole bunch of pieces of furniture. We're going to go to Baby Bunting on the weekend with the mums. We'll take up a little bit of the Mother's Day Sunday. That's all right. And I have noticed I've been fine kind of musculoskeletally. I've only had one or two very, very slight aches in my back, but I've been able to resolve them with a heat pack and a little bit of stretching, and just making sure I reduce where I don't carry anything heavy now at work. The guys are really good about it. I just don't. I'm really careful with what I do. Still doing my Pilates, and I'll probably in a week or another maybe session I'll go into make it a weekly booking, because I really haven't, I've been fine, still touching wood, because I've been fine. I'm still so kind of blessing the stars that it's been smooth sailing still. Just no dramas, no complaints, no issues. I'm just kind of just keeping on going along. Someone asked me today on the phone, "Oh, you look so excited, you're having a baby." I'm just like, yeah, I'm just kind of getting on with it, I'm at work. I still really haven't felt like really discernible movements. I mean, every day, especially after I'm eating, I'll get squirms. It's always in the afternoon, more squirms in the afternoon, and towards the evening. I guess it's when I'm most still. I mean, I'm not running around all day at work. I mean, I spend a bit of, fair chunk of my time sitting down at work. But kind of during work hours, it's usual that I'll get squirms after I've eaten, and then just in the afternoon, the evening, I guess. So I don't know, I'm just I feel really like I'm saying the wrong things, or I'm lying not lying, but I feel like I haven't quite gotten it or something when people are all excited and asking if you're really excited. I'm like, not yet. I don't know. It hasn't. Maybe I'll just say it hasn't really clicked yet. It just hasn't. I get a chocolate. One of my favorite chocolates in the world is by Cadbury. It's called Old Gold. I usually get a 70% cacao bar, and I'm like, every day I'm thinking about, I'll have really good something really good to eat during the day at work, and it always just seems to be missing if I haven't had any chocolate, which is really bad. And I was really wanting to have some chocolate last night, and so I had one piece of my chocolate, and the aftertaste was so horrible. I just thought, actually, I don't want to. Actually went, that's it. I don't want to eat that anymore. It's kind of nasty. It really wasn't a pleasure at all to have the chocolate, which I'm partly happy about, because I've been feeling like, okay, it's a bit much having all this chocolate. I mean, I'm not in the slightest bit gluttonous about my chocolate. I'm kind of well known for enjoying my chocolate by kind of anyone who knows me, but especially considering I have this type of chocolate, it means that it's relatively bitter, so you can't really eat too much of it at a time. So 1 or 2 blocks will kind of do you for a while, which is good. So I think I'm kind of going off my chocolate, and maybe that's not so much a food aversion, but maybe it's okay, just stop eating so much chocolate. So I'm happy with that. I don't mind that at all. I'd prefer it if I wasn't eating so much chocolate. Today I was actually talking to a colleague about kind of when's the right time to have kids. And I'm pretty sure that I looked online for different people's opinions about it. And the funny thing is, in my mind, there is no perfect time to have kids. You've got to, people factor in their finances, their career positions, their living arrangements, their relationships, kind of not status, but where their relationship is, and if they're ready for it, if they've had all the holidays that they want to have, if, have they got enough leave owed to them, have they had their, at least in Victoria, you need to have your 12 months of continuous work to be allowed maternity leave. And, we property investors, I guess, so essentially no time for us is the right time. Any time right now is pretty much a pretty crappy time. But we're both in stable jobs. We've both been in our jobs for a substantial amount of time. We're both still young. I'm 30 and my husband's 33. We've been in our relationship for now like 9 or 10 years or something, been married for over a year. We don't have the perfect setup at home for a kid. We have a 2-bedder apartment. The second is a study and a storage room, really. We kind of make it into whatever we need to, sometimes it's a second, it's a guest room for families staying from out of town. So yeah, for anyone who's interested, our time wasn't our financially the most secure time. We're secure in a way, but we don't have like a pot of gold just sitting there for us to, splurge on. We are very careful with our money. We're very conservative with our spending. We're not at the very top of our careers. But we have been together for quite a while, almost 10 years. Been married for over a year, and we've been talking about it for so long, and we had planned all this, and I had thought in the future, if we want to have a second kid, how old am I going to be? How much of a break between kids are we going to have? I don't want to be a slightly older mother. I prefer to be a little bit younger. But not too young. And when I was making a decision about this, I was, in my late 20s. And yeah, I made the decision that 30 was the time that I was going to do it. And it's a very average time. A lot of women are having kids in their early 30s. And it used to be, it used to be quite common early 20s to have kids. So now it's quite common early 30s. And I'm kind of happy with it. I do wonder whether it's just pure genetics that's made the pregnancy smooth sailing, whether it's because I'm slightly younger, biology with a younger body, I think reacts slightly different. But I think it's also each to their own, and each individual body does individual things. Fertility comes up. There's so much to take into account, and I think if you look at the numbers too much, you'll probably never have kids